broke the brotherly covenant. He showed his hatred towards you perpetually, and he kept pursuing you with the sword, man. Ever since y'all two existed. So why, where's the love in that, man? Why you want to extend your love for a man who did this to your people constantly throughout history? What sense does that make, man? Unless you're insane. You know? And it's a reason why our forefathers like King David, Joab, King Amaziah, you know, which Amaziah went off in the end, but pretty much those men were known for taking down crackers, man, and didn't show no pity towards them. They killed them off. They would go right into Mount Seir, into the villages of where this devil resided, and they would slaughter their ass, man, with the sword. All you would see is a bunch of Edomite heads rolling. And they might have kept a few of their women that never been dealt with and keep them for themselves to pop for concubines. Yeah. That's what our forefathers was doing. They hated these devils, man.
Rightfully so.
But you niggas want to accept them into your congregation, man. You know? Bubble Eye Blackfish of GOCC, you got a lot of blood on your hands, homeboy.
Right.
All right, you gonna set up a scenario for another Dylan Roof for GOCC, man. We gonna wake up one day and find out some GOCC members was killed.
Yeah.
Because you teach that Edomites can make it. So you allow them to come into your congregation. I pray that the Lord set that same exact event up in one of your schools, man. I pray that happened to you, man. Whether you be the victim or your congregation be victims, man. I pray that you accept a Klansman, a Klansman who hid himself under the disguise of a Christian, and he come up in your congregation and let off on y'all niggas, man. Hey man, that's what you get if that happens to you, man.
Right.
Cause you ain't teaching your you ain't teaching your congregation to not trust your enemy. You ain't teaching them who your enemy truly is, man. All right, so you gonna get bit by that snake.
Ezekiel 35:5. Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
A perpetual, here it is again. He had a perpetual hatred for you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Natives, man. Now, it was never a point in history at all when this devil was peaceful with you and was your friend. Ever. Ever. Go ahead.
It's Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of calamity, in the time...
By the force of the sword. That's his blessing. That's how he does it.
Yep, that's what he was blessed with. Yep.
That's a killing instrument, by the way.
Yep.
That's where that wrath comes from.
That's right.
By the force of the sword in time of their calamity.
Yep.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
That's right, man. At a time where they had it, where our iniquity had an end, man. You know? Yeah. You kept your hatred. And instead of backing off after you put us in slavery, we still in your hands to this very day. And you still doing those particular acts that you committed upon us when you had us in hardcore bondage. You still doing it to this very day, man. You still lynching Jake. You still shooting them down. You still throwing them in the prison system and throwing away the key.
Hanging without a rope.
Yeah, man.
What's his name? Gray? Freddie Gray
Freddie
was
Gray.
hung without a rope.
Yeah, man.
It's Ezekiel 35:6. Therefore as I live, saith the Lord God Yahweh, I will prepare thee into blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
Yep.
like, sith thou hast.
That all that blood that you account for, that blood's gonna follow you. And that makes sense why when our Lord Yahweh Shai comes back, he's gonna come back and it's gonna be so much killing. It's gonna, like the scripture symbolizes the coming of the Lord as a man stumping in a wine press. And if you know about a wine press, it's basically a press full of grapes where you basically stomp on it and you get the blood out to make wine with.
Grape juice.
Or grape juice. You know? And it symbolizes the Lord coming back like a man that has stumped on a bunch of grapes and got a lot of blood from the grape on his garment, because it symbolizes how much killing he's going to be doing when he makes his return.
Right.
That's because a lot of the blood that the so-called white man is accounted for, the Lord's coming back to require that of this devil. You know? And not only that, but the 1,000 years that's going to continue after that. It's going to be non-stop bloodshed of the so-called white man.
Right.
That's what's going to happen, man.
Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Even blood is going to pursue you. It's going to follow you, man. You gotta pay that bloody tab, man. And you gotta pay that bloody tab with your own blood. You know, that's the way the Lord said it, man. The Lord Himself, the Most High.
This is 7. Thus will I make mounts, Seir,
Seer.
Slaki, most desolate, desolate, Slaki, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth.
Yep.
You're not cutting you so-called white people off.
All the way off.
You're going to cut y'all off.
Hey.
And we read that to make sure you know it's talking about the so-called white people.
Yep.
Because Mount Seir was in y'all land back in the ancient world.
Yep.
That was the so-called white man's Esau's land.
Yep. That's right, man. And how you niggas in the churches ain't reading that, man?
Right.
Oh, I forgot. Y'all don't read the Old Testament no more. Because we under a new covenant now.
Already saw.
And that y'all going by that, y'all gonna keep getting haunted by that, man.
Yep.
The more y'all keep putting off the Old Testament, you gonna become victimized of putting off the Old Testament.
Yeah, and
Because I'm sure those 9 Jakes in the churches that got put to death, they don't follow the Old Testament, or Salat, they didn't follow the Old Testament.
They're still eating shrimp.
You know, they were still eating pork. You know, they didn't read about Esau. You know,
They know nothing about it.
you got to go to the Old Testament to know who your enemy truly is, man.
Right.
You know,
Hey, to figure out this equation of the Bible, you need to go through the whole book, mainly the Old Testament of the book.
Yep.
You need to start with the understanding of some of the things in the Old Testament, and then in the law and all of that, and that will set you up to be able to understand the prophecies and how you should be acting as a man, which is a lot of the New Testament.
Yep. How you gonna know about your enemy if you don't go to the beginning, man? The Lord told you who your enemies truly were, man. Whoever you call a heathen is an enemy. Don't Christians always call people that they see as wicked? Don't they call them heathens?
Yes,
You
indeed.
get out of here, you heathen. Christians
Yeah.
call people heathens.
Constantly.
Well, the scriptures told you that the heathens are the enemies of the Lord, man. You know?
Hey, but on the flip side, you talking about some people only study the New Testament, right?
Yeah.
What's the deal with like these only Old Testament Israelites?
The Old
Every time you
Testament.
watch the video, they always got something popping up. What I'm saying, talking about where they be like Torah only. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You talking about the Old Testament Israelites that don't follow the New Testament? Man, their whole argument is because the New Testament was basically comprised of the men that was on the scene when the Lord was on the scene. Now, their argument is if the Lord didn't speak it, then it has no validity. So they're saying that the men in the New Testament that wrote down the Gospels and the epistles, like Apostle Paul, he wrote the epistles down. But they saying, well, the Most High Himself and the prophets didn't speak of those men, so it's not valid. But they don't understand that the New Testament and the Old Testament goes hand in hand, because they did write of those men that you read about in the New Testament, mainly Yahweh Shah. They don't believe in the Messiah.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't believe in the Messiah.
Before I was learning this, first coming in, you know what I'm saying, there's a whole bunch of other stuff you got to wade through, right?
Yep.
And so if you're watching them, you know what I'm saying, you watch 3 of them, they're going to get 3 different, you know what I'm saying, examples of what's going on.
Yep.
One person going to tell you it's an archangel Michael.
Thank you for visiting.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, or, you know what's crazy is that they'll say, they don't believe in the New Testament, and they'll be on the comment board talking about, if you don't repent, you can get caught up in the
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they contradict themselves right there.
Yeah. I always you can easily cut them because they follow you got some Israelites that follow just the Torah only, the law, and you got some that believe the Torah and the Tanakh, which is basically the prophets from Joshua basically to Malachi. Now, you can go in the law and see that Yahweh Shah is there. But the Lord got to be working with you. And the Lord already, he basically said when he was on the scene, if you deny me, you deny what the prophets have said. Get John 5:46. Because the prophets and Moses himself was speaking about the Lord way back then. They don't understand that though, you know? Yeah, we you know, spirit kind of switching up.
Who's about to really? I can fit it.
Come.
St. John, chapter 5, verse 46. Yeah, it says, for had ye believed Moses, you would have believed me.
This
for
is
he
Yahweh
wrote
Shai.
of
This is
me."
Yahweh Shai speaking.
Matter of fact, get it back. It came back. It came back.
Get it. Finish that.
Right. It says, verse 46 again. It says, "For had ye believed Moses, he would have believed me, for he wrote of me."
For he wrote of me. And they wouldn't be able to pinpoint where Moses prophesied of you, but we know. The men of the Lord, they know. You know. Now,
There's a little more on it. He got
a little
something
more.
to it.
Finish
Oh,
where
look,
you
it
at.
says, "But if you believe not his writings, how should you believe my words?"
Exactly.
You know?
You know.
You got this one right here.
This is Hebrews 10:7. Then said I, Lo, I come. In the volume of the book, it is written of me to do thy will, O Yahweh.
Yeah, that's
The
it.
whole book, the whole book is written of Yahweh Shah.
Yep.
He comes in the volume of the book, the whole book. And then it just proved Moses wrote about it.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I got another one.
Hey, get just to show you where Moses spoke of him at, I'll you know bring it out for edification. Get me Deuteronomy the 18th chapter. And then you give me John 1 and 44.
The law is always there, right? Because I got some people telling me that there was no law until Moses gave it.
So the law was always in effect.
That's just written.
It was just written when Moses was on the scene. Deuteronomy 18, verse 15.
We're going to go back to what you said at first.
Deuteronomy 18 and 15. The Lord thy God Yahweh will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee,
Yep.
of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto
Yep.
him ye shall hearken.
Yep. Unto him you shall hearken. Read it one more time.
Deuteronomy 18 and 15. The Lord thy God Yahweh will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst
Yep.
of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me.
Yep.
Unto him ye shall hearken.
And unto him you shall hearken. He's saying basically the Lord's gonna raise up a brother like unto myself. That's gonna basically you're gonna hearken unto him. They didn't know Moses was prophesying thousands of years down the line. All right.